What's going on YouTube? Just wanted to drop off this video. So I know we all heard about the National Emergency Phone Test that's going on October 4th in 2 more days. I hope y'all are prepared, and I hope y'all have been doing research on the effects of radio signals or radio frequencies and human behavior. I'm going to put together this little video just to, enlighten y'all a little bit. I'm not going to go too much in depth because some of the things youth is permitted to talk about, like this, for instance, on YouTube, because it links to a certain, something. So, as you can already see, they're trying to jump ahead of this information that people is sharing and talking about with this. You will see this a lot. It's been going on for years, far wise as what they want to deem as conspiracy theories. And just to touch on this for a quick second, now people can't tell me that the conspiracy theorists is not winning right now. A lot of the conspiracy theories that your mainstream media, government officials, politicians have been saying that they're just conspiracy theories has been coming to fruition for force. So as you're going to keep seeing articles like this trying to debunk it and trying to control the narrative of situation, things like this, and trying to keep people docile from not learning the truth. Now, this national test, I believe, is being implemented for multiple reasons. Multiple reasons. One being to track every human in the United States. Another is to control the behavior of human. This is my opinion. Now, I'm gonna talk about some of the effects of radio frequencies and human behavior. So this article here, I'm just gonna read a little bit of it, not gonna bore you guys to death with it. It's a introduction. We live in a generation that relies heavily on technology, whether for personal use, work, wireless devices such as cell phones are commonly used around the world, and exposure to radio frequency radiation is widespread, including in public spaces. In this review, we address the current scientific evidence on health risk from exposure to radio frequency radiation, which is the non-ionizing frequency range. We focus here on human health effects, but also know evidence that radio frequency radiation can cause physiological and or morphological effects on bees, plants, and trees. Notice on those biological insects and plants. They're all biological. They're all living, breathing. We recognize the diversity of opinions and the potential adverse effects of radio frequency radiation exposure from cell or mobile phones and other wireless transmitting devices, including cordless phones and Wi-Fi. Now, what's interesting is that they know the effects of radio frequencies exposure, the non-ionizing radiation. They know how they did studies. The studies is out there. The information is out there on how radio frequencies can influence the behavior in kids and mice, so on and so forth. This is not misinformation. It's right here. And I'm about to show you guys some proof of some of these things, right? A broad range of adverse human health effects associated with radio frequency radiation have been reported since the IARC review. In addition, three large-scale carcinogenicity, excuse me on that, I know I completely botched that, studies in rodents exposed to levels of radio frequency radiation that mimic lifetime human exposure have shown significantly increased rates of schwannomas, nomus, and malignant. I'm just going to skip those words that I don't know, as well as chromosomal DNA damage. Of particular concern are the effects of radio frequency exposure on the developing brain in children. Now, as I said, this technology is out here, how it lowers sperm count, how it causes cancer. In fact, some internet provider companies are being sued for high intensity exposure from their Wi-Fi routers, such as we all know that Wi-Fi routers run off radio frequencies and signals as well. So you can research almost any company that elicit this type of elicit this type of service far wise as Wi-Fi, And 9 times out of 10, these companies have lawsuits pending for radiation exposure. So for these people to be sending out all of these radio frequencies that's gonna generate some sort of non-ionizing radio frequency radiation in the air, and to say that it's not gonna affect human behavior, they put it all in our face, time and time again. Um, Now, as I was stating, a lot of these companies, even on the, is that pressure? Pressure. Sorry, YouTube, talking to my cousin. But here's another one from the NIH government website: exposure to radio frequency, electromagnetic fields, and behavior problems in Bavarian children and adolescents. Now, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown now, right? Because they act as though the information is not out here and there's no harmful ramifications for sending out this mass signal to every device in the United States, which all of my devices will be wrapped in Faraday fabric. I promise you that. Now, when you read this, it specifically states that there are increased chances of behavioral problems, mental problems in kids. They tell you this, and then they tell you that there's no study to conclude that the harms of like 5G and radio signals and things of that nature to the human genome or the human body. So I find all this. I find all this to be, I'm not gonna say weird because it's expected from the people who's controlling the higher ups, these Nephilims, these evil people. Now, I'm not gonna say too much on what this is, but this is radio frequencies affecting this. So if what they said is true, and this is without a doubt inside of people for whatever reasons, just for YouTube's sake, then yeah, this is gonna stir up and cause a lot of problems. Now, what we're looking at is a certain substance being affected by radio frequencies. Pretty sure a lot of us have seen videos like this, if not this same video, right? So many studies have came out with the effects of radio frequencies and the human behavior. They have frequencies. A lot of restaurants back in the day was using radio signals to lure in customers to give them an appetite. Radio frequencies can affect your hunger. It could affect your behavior. It could affect you on a physiological level and a mental level. So why they're pandering this mass emergency thing and they're not telling people the ramifications or the potential harm and health effects of it is beyond me, because they have the science. They're always yelling, trust the science, but don't never trust the science. Now, all it takes is a quick research and you would see, even from their own website, even on their own website, all it takes is a little research. And what's crazy is they try to police thought so much and police the First Amendment right. Now, a lot of people, I'm going to make a video about this right here because this is very telling. I'm going to do a separate video and try to find out how I could do it without obtaining a strike, because it's linked to so many things and people need this type of information out there. But as I showed y'all, movies have showed us the Knightsmen. The Kingsmen have showed us this. The Signal has showed us this. The Sale, the movie The Last Day of American Crime has showed us this. In fact, They Clone Tyrone has just showed us this as well, the effect of radio frequencies and human behavior in that scene where in that scene where there was an underground in the laboratory, and they were playing the heavy rock music. The rock music made people want to fight. The rap music made people want to fight. The slow jam music, R&B, made people want to dance and have a good time, and so on and so forth. We know the power of frequencies. We know this. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here, but I'm gonna come back with a better video because, as I stated, I feel as though that this right here is very important information for people to know. Right here, where my mouse, this right here, you'll be really shocked and surprised on what's going on with this. But yeah, so on October 4th, I hope you guys are prepared. I hope you guys have your aluminum foil or your Faraday fabric, regardless on, just for safety precautions, regardless on what they say. We don't trust the system no more. Babylon is falling. People are becoming more aware of to what's going on. So yeah, October 4th, I would definitely have my mobile devices wrapped in Faraday fabric for until this test has concluded. TV's unplugged and all. Y'all stay safe, stay smart, stay well informed, stay vigilant.